defined as what? Yeah, everything on the screen. Very good. Mise-en-scène is what you see on the screen. Okay, mise-en-scène is everything that you see visually. Okay? Now, what are the three basic components of mise-en-scène? Yes, character by formal name is actor subject. Good for Zach. Okay, so A minus there. So one general property of mise-en-scène is character or subject. Right? If your character is not human, it could be a horse. If your character is not a horse, it might be the landscape. A second component of mise-en-scène is light. You cannot make a shot without light. So you need a subject, light. Right? And the third thing is a set. You got to film in front of something. Right? Whether that's a big green screen that you put information in later, or whether it's in front of the clock tower down in Portsmouth. Right? You need a set. So you need something to shoot, whether that's a horse or a human or a robot or a finger or whatever. You need a subject. You need some light to reveal that subject, because you can't film 2 hours of action in darkness. So, right? And then you need a set, some sort of information that tells you context. Those are the three basic components of mise-en-scène. What Aaron told us is everything on the screen, whatever you see on the screen. Okay? You know the answer to this? The basic unit of cinematography is what? When people say, oh, the cinematography, the basic unit of cinematography is what? Yeah, the shot, right? So some people say sequence. That's many shots added up, but that would make sense. But the basic unit of cinematography is the shot. It could be 2.5 seconds long. It could be gravity 13.5 minutes long. It depends. Okay? But the basic unit is the shot. Can you give me an example of a metaphorical prop? Either something that we've seen in any of the films we've studied, or metaphorical prop from any films we basically talked about.
The watch in the last one we watched.
Yeah, metaphor for what, Aiden?
Running out of time.
Yeah, out of time, buddy. Good for you. Excellent, excellent. That's a great metaphor. Okay, so we see people take off their watch. So, or we see people put on their watch. There's got to be some sort of value to it. Okay. Could you give an example of a cultural prop? A prop that tells you cultural information. No. Yeah, sorry, right, go for it. I was just trying to brainstorm. You'll see I'm very visual. When I'm looking for information, I just look up because it's in my brain. I'm looking for it. So, Riley, go for it.
I was thinking the dog.
So, like what? Oh, yeah, that's, so we might say that that's, very clever there. Yeah, cultural in what way? That's more contextualized, but in a unique way, right? Context is like, hey, Frodo should only be in Wizard of Oz, but there he is, Children of Men. Interesting argument there.
Did you, when Uncle Charlie's like with the money and stuff?
Yeah, that might be cultural. Yeah. Class, that's good. Good hard work by Julia there, everybody. Julia at the end of the week, trying to really get you some heavy lifting. Good for you, girl. That's great. So we might say that that's a cultural prop. I mentioned chopsticks. Sometimes those are indications of culture, right? Because we kind of we got the. Oh, that's excellent. Cultural props Yes, because all that stuff is owned by the school anyway, property and profit short for property. That would make a lot of sense. Garb would make a lot of sense. Now check it out. Right, look at her flowery dress. Right, look at that maiden, or something like that. Good, good, good. Okay, good. What about a contextualized prop? Well, what are some props that only make sense where they are? Contextualized props.
Mount Washington and North by Northwest, how it's kind of.
Oh, no.
Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, no,
That's good, Riley. That's okay. Hey, it's 1:30 on a Friday. You're doing well. You're doing well. Yes, so I've been on Vernon. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense either. That's where Washington will live, in Virginia. So, yes, Mount Rushmore. Yes, that would be a strange thing to see also. Good. That's like, oh, check out that prop. Oh, you must be looking at North by Northwest. Very good, very good. And you were saying something?
Yeah, the baby stroller and, Children of Men.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh my God, that's so good. Since we've seen that thing in the corner, I have not looked away. The whole film is about, right, the ways in which kids can't exist anymore. There's that stroller as garbage in the corner. Very good, very good. Okay. So I'm going to ask you for some samples of types of props. And you might mention them from films we've seen. You might mention them from films you and I have talked about individually. If you just don't want to mention them from films I don't know, because I can't say yay or nay. Anyway, so be mindful of that. Oh, this would be lots of fun. You guys are drawers or sketchers. Okay, here's number 15. You're on a camping trip, and I don't like to camp because there's never electricity, but that's just me. And I'm using another house, so you're on a camping trip, okay? You have a camera in hand, and you happen to see Bigfoot, okay? Presuming you could get Bigfoot to cooperate with your film, explain what the shots below look like. In other words, where's the camera, where's the subject, and what do we see? So I'm going to ask you to sketch out or linguistically explain to me how you would make a long shot, a medium shot, and a close-up. Now I mention this because there's a fun contest. The sketches that you guys make are super freaky scary. Okay, like I think someone made you make that under duress kind of thing. 'Cause you guys aren't very good sketchers, and you've seen my sketching ability, which is embarrassing, right? So anyway, you can explain it with words, but it's much easier to sketch. And so
Everyone's sketch.
it's fun because then we start passing them around, and you're like, oh my God, that's Justin. That guy is crazy. Anyway, so some of the sketches can be really helpful. So, anyway, so part 1 is all short answer around that information. Part 2 is a matching section on focus, types of shots, like tracking shot, close-up, POV shot, and types of angles, okay? Part 3 is, you'll see 5 or 6 different images. 2 from Shadow of the Doubt, 2 from Children of Men, and 1 from the film we start today, or we should start today. And what I ask you to do is basically explain some of the cinematic properties of the still images. It's all stuff you've seen, from Shadow of the Doubt, to Children of Men, and from, No Country for Old Men. So that's Wednesday, everybody. That's Wednesday. And why do I mention that? Because I needed to give you guys this item, which is then going to be post-Wednesday. Okay, and this is your compare and contrast work. Okay. I've changed it a little bit because in the past we've done a ton of Shakespeare, Hitchcock. Okay, we didn't do enough Hitchcock this semester. We only did 2 films, and that's okay. So I've tried to modify it a little bit. So I'm going to hold your hands to some of this stuff. Okay. So I'm going to read it you, so I apologize for me being a reader. So it's time to do some extended writing on 2 films we've been studying. Your job is to go beyond simply describing the film and work towards analysis and reaction. Okay, that is how ideas are presented and how you react to those ideas. Okay. Your paper can or should discuss ideas raised by the films. Like, what's an idea raised by Children of Men? what would happen if humanity was going extinct? That's a basic idea, right? Oh, people would live badly, okay? People would probably act out of bounds in terms of law or ethics or morals, okay? So that's an idea for children of men. What's an idea from Star Wars? Teasing my third preview today. Rogue One was on yesterday. Rebellions are built on hope. Right, so okay. All right, so okay. The first Star Wars. What's an idea buried in Star Wars? Anybody have any ideas? Yeah, I have an idea. Now, one of the ideas is that Luke Skywalker is actually just a terrorist. Because he basically gets radicalized by a crazy old man who's sold his soul to a religion and then it blows up a huge working building. It's a bunch of innocent stormtroopers doing their thing, working away. Hey, here, doing my thing. Can't wait to get home and watch an episode of whatever. Luke Skywalker, he killed all those innocent stormtroopers. Anyway, so maybe that's an idea. You think that Luke Skywalker's a terrorist. You can make that case. Okay, so you want to be able to try to explain some ideas that are present in the film, either from your own mind or from some outside source. You should try to address the film's importance and purpose. Okay. Feel free to state reactions and content to the quality of the film. Don't feel like you have to just drool over Hitchcock's films. They're okay. They're kind of charming. They're kind of goofy. That's okay, right? That's not a judgment as in like, I don't like it. It's more like, haha, look what people thought was good in 1968. So, right? And then try to connect ideas to what we've been working on. So Matt's going to see that there's two options on this document that he's going to be looking at. Okay, number one, we're going to look at two Hitchcock films we've studied with an asterisk there. Okay, examine how Hitchcock's style emerges. That asterisk is there because there are some. No, Aiden Berman. Yeah, I already saw it. Aiden Berman, I suppose, isn't sure.
Thanks.
Is that intentional?
No, I just saw
Yeah,
it,
so
I
I
liked
figured.
it.
Yeah, right. The asterisk is there for people who know Hitchcock films beyond the two we've done. I have some students who are total cinephiles and they just love movies. And they're like, hey, can I write on Psycho? Can I write on Strangers on a Train or Vertigo? And so you can pick one Hitchcock film we did together and a second if you know it well. Or you would do North by Northwest and Shadow of Doubt if you want to do the two Hitchcock films. Gives you a good excuse to see a third Hitchcock film if you haven't yet, if you want to sort of work on Hitchcock, okay? Otherwise, you're going to study a Hitchcock film and a contemporary film, okay, and see how there's a comparison between the two. And our contemporary films will include Star Wars, which is kind of old but relatively contemporary by our standards, okay? Gravity, Children of Men, No Country for Old Men, or Drive, depending on how far we get through that. Anyway, I don't know if I could do it. Anyway, let's see. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So, okay. So you're either going to do two Hitchcock films or contemporary and old. Okay. So don't do both. Choose either. Okay. Down below it says 3 to 4 pages, double spaced in MLA format. You junior research paper finishers out there. Okay, so that's kind of predictable. Very good. Lots of laughs, internal laughs there. Very good. Okay.
Last year was great.
Yes, good times there.
The juniors.
Be prepared to pepper some terminology in there and bold those terms. So I can say, well, geez, look at that student showing off with all the language of cinema. That will come from your notes from chapter 9. That will come from your notes on chapters 2 and 3, which is for this coming Wednesday. Right, so whatever you're starting to pepper in there is totally up to you. Totally up to you. The fourth bullet point, the approach on compare and contrast, I'll go over with you on Monday. It's too much to do to you either way right now at 1:40 and on Friday. So I'll hold your hand through the two models on Monday, okay? But that fifth bullet there, you need to embed 5 images. And those of you who work in Google Docs will know that embedding images into your paper is impossible. So you're going to have to tinker with that.
Rap text guy.
Yeah, it's hard, yeah, Google, I don't know what happened to the layout people in Google, so. But be mindful, you need to include some visual support for your information. So if you're writing a paragraph on North by Northwest and you're talking about props, you're probably gonna have a photographic supporting image about the very prop you're talking about. All of that stuff is widely available on the World Wide Web. It's out there. Literally every still image from every film is out there. Okay. So young people, you'll see that there's no due date established here. Let's get through our test on Wednesday and then we'll establish a logical due date. I'm hoping that it's before the end of the quarter, but I don't know if that's realistic, so let's think about that, okay? But I want to give you guys the proper amount of time. We never take class time to write in film studies. We have too much to do. So what's a practical approach to helping get this stuff done, okay? On Monday, let's talk about it. We'll pull this out, we'll talk about compare and contrast, and we'll see what happens. All right, very good. So test review for Wednesday done. Compare and contrast paper on your general radar done. Okay, okay. No Country for Old Men or Drive? I want to watch Drive, but there's a sequence that I'm going to be mindful about that we have to be cautious about. So, okay, so we'll look at Drive today. Devil's you, okay?
I can pull it
Now,
up
one of the things I have to tell you is that my other scholar is working on No Country for Old Men. You guys are probably going to miss out on that. No, it's not.
Yeah, I can pull it up right now.
Do it.
I'm scared. I want to wait till I'm at work, and then I make these
Yeah, there you go.
right now, like my nail fell off like during school. I can't.
All right.
Better be good, but.
And also, like, it's just gross. The nail fell off is their fault, so like that's what bad. So like, yeah. Do a quick swing. And like, yeah. I'm literally gonna do it like tonight. Like, oh wait, no. When you walk and like, get like one dish on your bum, like, oh shit. My nail came off. Like,
Ballad of Ricky Bobby?
that's a health hazard. And you're in the food. Well, they give us one. But like, I'm not about to like be doing dishes with like a broken like. Yeah, no, just take it. Oh, I'm so. Wait.